Namo Sakyamuni Buddha. Dear Venerable Sangha, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, you are invited to join us in this weekly Buddhist Newsreel on Phật online channel. Hereafter, 5 major headlines of Buddhist activities of the week. Central Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha visited the funeral of Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh. Ho Chi Minh City, memorial ceremony of the Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh at Ấn Quang Patriarchal Temple. Paris College of International Education holds graduation ceremony for PhD doctors, masters among Buddhist honorifics. Review of courtesy visits on the occasion of Lunar New Year of the Tiger. Some of the charity work of Vietnam Buddhism on the occasion of traditional Tet holiday. And following are the news in details. At noon on January 24, 2022, the Central Board of Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, led by Most Venerable Thiện Nhân, all the way back to the Hill Patriarchal Temple to offer incense in memorial of Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh.
In front of the sole altar of incense, the delegation respectfully offered incense and paid homage to spirit of Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh. The group worshipped in the temple of the same heartbeat of mourning and circumambulated round the coffin to the farewell to the Zen Master. Before that, when it was informed that Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh had passed away, Most Venerable the chairman issued a special dispatch No. 016 HDTS of the Central SANGHA to steer the organization of the Zen Master's funeral according to the high-level rites of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and his before-death will. To express our condolence for the passing of Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh, Most Venerable the Chairman of Administrative Council wrote a couple of lines in the Morning Status Book. The old road remains, longing awaiting. The white clouds fly away, smiling by themselves. The entire Vietnamese Buddhist community and the world mourn the passing of Venerable monks Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh, a sermon preacher of Vietnam Buddhism, who had left behind him a great influence on Buddhist community in the world. All over the world, a Vietnamese monk and pre-modern era had devoted all his life to dedicate himself to the benefit of others for permanence of Dharma. Today, the world recognizes Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh as a master who guides the spiritual life of mankind beyond the Buddhist space. He is also honored as a peace activist, educator, colorist, writer, poet, historian, scholar, whereby history has recorded that Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh appeared to be a brilliant talent, an outstanding intellectual monk. He had brought honor and pride to Vietnamese Buddhism and to image of the people and country of Vietnam. With profound wisdom and knowledge, he was one of the pioneers to bring Buddhism to Western society, opening the guiding humanity to find the right path of a happy and peaceful life, solve problems of contemporary society, contribute to building peace in the world in line with Buddhist philosophy. He left behind him a treasure trove of scholarly writings, a shining example of his will to practice, his enthusiasm, and his mission to propagate the Dharma of sake of mankind. With infinite respect and grief, I would like to present on behalf and Council of Patrons, the Vietnam Buddhist SANGHA Administrative Council, and Buddhist monks and nuns, sincerely write a couple of lines of remembrance and sincere condolences to Dharma disciples of the Patriarchal Temple.
On the morning of January 25th, 2022, Elder Most Venerable Thích Nhất Hạnh, acting Dharma Master of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha and Buddhist monks of Ho Chi Minh City, held a memorial ceremony for Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh at Ấn Quang Patriarchal Temple.
Reviewing the biography of Zen Master, Most Venerable Thích Nhất Hạnh said, "In the hearts of monks and nuns in the South, we always think of Zen Master, a wise teacher who had real foresight and could adapt to any situation. The master teacher has left a lesson for posterity. If you want to live, you must adapt to survive. That's what renews our Buddhism. I pray that all the brothers in Plum Village Monastery would learn the style of listening taught by the Zen Master. Venerable Master would see what the Venerable Zen Master actually saw, which is for frequently innovating, adapting, surviving, and developing." In front of the temple altar, the reverend monks and nuns respectfully offered incense and paid homage to the Zen Master, a venerable true monk who devoted his life to the Dharma and the benefits of human life. Finally, there was a time when the Heart of Perfect Wisdom Sutra was chanted as an offering to the Zen Master's soul. Zen Master Thích Nhất Hạnh passed away on the 22nd of January, 2022 at TIòng Communal House, having lived for 97 years with 71 years in monastic service. The Zen Master funeral was held in a manner of low-key, heartfelt ritual for 7 days. A memorial service will be held at 7 a.m. on the 29th of January, 2022, and the relics of the Zen Master will be placed in the Patriarchal Temple, and part of it will be scattered at Plum Village ashrams around the world to follow his own will.
On the morning of January 21st, 2022, at the hall of the Union Science and Technology Associations of Ho Chi Minh City, Paris College of International Education, PCIE, France, held a graduation ceremony for Vietnamese students who had participated in distance learning. Due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the graduation ceremony was virtually held online.
Attending the graduation ceremony was Rector Dr. Bruce Vedulson, Professor Dr. Jeffrey B. Rock, with a Vietnam-based learned team of lecturers, the FD alumni, distinguished guests, and journalists. At the ceremony, the school's representative awarded 5 doctoral degrees, 19 master degrees, and 4 bachelor's degrees in administration to the monks. Among them, Most Venerable Thích Nhất was honored to be honorary professor of the college. The representative of the school, Professor Dr. Jeffrey B. Rock, congratulated the new FDS Master and Bachelors of the Distance Training course. The professor affirmed mandates and responsibilities in the new position at PCIE University, France, and congratulated all the new bearers of FD Master and Bachelor's degrees.
In the atmosphere of preparation to welcome the nation's traditional Tet holiday during the last days of the Lunar New Year, the delegations of the government and the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha at all levels, from the central to the local levels, paid visits and sent good wishes for a happy new year, according to the long tradition of the Vietnamese nation.
Accordingly, on the morning of the 19th of January, 2022, a delegation of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Fund led by Mr. Linh Tiến Châu, a member of the Party Central Committee, Vice Chairman, and General Secretary of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Fund, visited Minh Đạo Pagoda to wish the Lunar New Year to Most Venerable Thích Nhân, Chairman of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, together with monks and nuns and Buddhists, so that they could welcome a peaceful and happy Lunar New Year and continue to accompany the people in great national unity. He appreciated the results achieved by the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha in recent years, especially the memorial ceremonies for victims who died due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Most Venerable Chairman also passed New Year wishes to the delegation with souvenirs on the occasion of the Lunar New Year. Before that, Colonel Vũ Tiến Lợi, Head of Internal Security Department of the Ministry of Public Security, also came to visit and wished Happy New Year to Most Venerable Thích Nhân, Chairman of the Administrative Council, Vietnam Buddhist Sangha at Minh Đạo Pagoda, on the morning of the 15th of January, 2022, to wish him a new auspicious year, good health and continuation in leading the Sangha to develop and guide monks and nuns, Buddhists to live a good life and attractive religion. The Colonel believes that, with the prestige of the Most Venerable Chairman, the 2022 Buddhist Congress will be a great success. On the same day, the Standing Board of the Administrative Council of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, led by Most Venerable Thích Trân Minh, Head of the Buddhist Administrative Board of Đồng Tháp Province, and Venerable Thích Phước Thành, Deputy Head of the Buddhist Center of Hậu Giang Province, celebrated the monastery service year of the Most Venerable Chairman. For 2 days, on the 16th to 17th of January, 2022, Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thông led the delegation to consult well-being of the Most Venerable Thích Quang, Acting Dharma Master of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha at Vietnam National Pagoda, Most Venerable Thích Nhân, Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha at Minh Đạo Pagoda, and the leaders of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha at the office too. Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thông and the delegation respectfully paid homage to the Most Venerable Thích Quang with best wishes for good health and happiness. On this occasion, the Most Venerable also reported on the success of the Provincial Buddhist Congress for the term 2022 to 2027 in Buddhist monastic affairs and works achieved in the past time. After that, the delegation went to Minh Đạo Pagoda to celebrate the monastery service year with Most Venerable Thích Nhân and express their respect to the Most Venerable, who is always a virtuous figure to lead the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha growing and stabilizing. The Most Venerable Chairman of the Administrative Council praised and congratulated the new Administrative Board in Bình Dương Province with rejuvenated personnel who have followed the footsteps of their predecessors, enjoy the Lunar New Year with immeasurable peace, all auspicious things, and all satisfactory monastic affairs. After that, the delegation went to Quảng Đức Zen Monastery to inquire about the health and send spring wishes to the venerables of the Standing Board of the Buddhist Administrative Council with sincere gratitude and joy. On the morning of the 18th of January, 2022, Senior Lieutenant Colonel Võ Văn Thọ led a delegation of Military Region 7 to Quảng Đức Zen Monastery, Office 2, to wish New Year greetings to the venerables of the Standing Board of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha. The Senior Lieutenant Colonel appreciates the positive contributions of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, which has always accompanied the nation during the COVID-19 pandemic, and on the occasion of the traditional Lunar New Year, the Senior Lieutenant Colonel conveyed his best wishes to the Reverend monks and nuns and Buddhist ladies with happiness and fraternity. On the afternoon of the 16th of January, 2022, Colonel Trần Xuân Anh, Director of Traveling Provincial Public Security, led the delegation to Lượng Xuyên Pagoda to wish the provincial Buddhist monks happiness, good health, and accomplishment of all the monastic work. The Colonel also reviewed the public security and social order situation in the area and hoped that Buddhism would continue to join hands in propagating policies and laws of authority in the state to monks, nuns, and Buddhists to contribute to the development of the local economy. On behalf of the Provincial Police, the Colonel gave gifts to the Provincial Buddhist Administrative Board on the occasion of the Lunar New Year. On the morning of the 21st of January, 2022, Most Venerable Thích Nhất Hạnh, President of the Vietnam Institute of Buddhist Studies, was the head of the delegation to wish the Vietnam Fatherland Front Central Committee New Year greetings. The delegation was welcomed by Mr. Võ Văn Thiện, member of the Central Committee of the Vietnam Fatherland Front, head of the Southern Working Committee, and Most Venerable Thích Thiện Thống, Vice Chairman of the Vietnam Buddhist SANGHA Administrative Council, led the delegation to congratulate the New Year to the Department of Homeland Security, Ministry of Public Security, and Major General Đoàn Minh Lý, Deputy Director of the Department of Homeland Security, Ministry of Public Security, welcomed the delegation. Most Venerable Thích Huệ Thông, Deputy Secretary General, Chief of Office 2 of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, led the delegation to congratulate the Government Committee on Religious Affairs, and the delegation was welcomed by Mr. Quang Thanh, Director of the Southern Affairs Department of the Government Committee for Religious Affairs. On behalf of the Central Section of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, the team leader of honorific dignitaries thanked the leaders of the Central Department and branches for their concerns and attention in the past time, and hope to continue to receive enthusiastic help in 2022. The delegation conveyed best wishes for good health to the leaders of the central committees and branches, as well as all officials, soldiers, and Buddhists to welcome the Lunar New Year in peace and happiness.
Responding to the call of the Central Section of the Vietnam Buddhist Sangha, specified in Official Letter 008 HDTS VPI, dated January 17, 2022, on strengthening the organization of giving gifts for the 2022 Lunar New Year and continuing to join hands in the prevention and control of the COVID-19 pandemic. Buddhists everywhere have extended compassion, expressed their spirit of sharing the hardship with stricken people, and are grateful to those who have contributed to the country. The following are the charity works to be reviewed during the preparation for Tet in spring.
TIයෙන් Quang Pagoda in Bình Dương Province donated 2,000 dead gifts to support the blind on January 19, 2022. Each essential gift is worth 415,000 VND given to the blind people in the Eastern and Southwestern Province with the motto of Dharma propagation in combination with charity. Master Nun Hương Nhũ sermons of Dharma talk about gratitude for life, and Master Nun also encourage people to delegation, recite the Buddha name, and create good merits. Charity activities were supported by Venerable Thích Trân Hoa, a board of Trân Hoa Pagoda, Canada, who offered 102,000 gift portions. The total amount of charity is more than 900 million VND. On January 17, 2022, Buddhism Today Foundation Giác Ngộ Pagoda awarded 110 scholarships to the orphans during the COVID-19 pandemic to help them overcome difficulties and focus on studying, with the message, Scholarships for Children, Nurturing the Intellectual. Each scholarship is worth 5 million VND and other gifts for children to go to school. The total funding for the scholarship is over 500 million VND. On the same day, in Tiền Giang, Venerable Thích Trung Chánh, head of District Buddhist Administrative Board, gave 530 dead gifts to support people in Tâm Hiệp and Sông Thuận communes, Châu Thành districts. These charity activities were initiated by Vạn Đức Tiền Giang Export Food Processing Co., Ltd., and sponsored by Phelan's Spirits with 116 million VND. Before that, on morning of January 14, 2022, Venerable Thích Nguyễn Thiếu, abbot of Kim Cang Monastery, gave 200 dead gifts to support people in Cambodian border area, An Giang Province, with an amount of 100 million VND. The gifts were a source of encouragement and happiness for the people in order to share difficulties and help the poor welcome the new year with joy and rise in life. At Phước Tường Pagoda, Trà Vinh Province, Most Venerable Thích Chí Minh, head of Buddhist Administrative Board in Cầu Kè District, coordinated with local authorities to give 200 dead gifts to disadvantaged people in the area on the morning of January 16, 2022. The charity activity was supported by Buddhist laity Trương Quế Phương, Phương Nam Medical Equipment Company, Cần Thơ City. Each gift of necessities is worth 300,000 VND. Besides, Most Venerable Thích Chí Minh also donated 10 bicycles to poor students with good academic results in the area and gave 300 notebooks. The total cost in this charity is over 230 million VND. At Vĩnh Nghiêm Pagoda, District 3, Ho Chi Minh City, on morning of January 18, 2022, monks and Buddhists in collaboration with the District Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee and Thiện Kind-headed Foundation, Vin Group organized the program Spring Solidarity that graduated, giving away 200 dead gifts to disadvantaged people in the district. Each gift is worth 600,000 VND in cash. The total amount of charity is 120 million VND. At Hòa Khánh Pagoda, Bình Thạnh District, Ho Chi Minh City, on the afternoon of January 21, 2022, monks and Buddhists organized the dead giving of 215 portions to disadvantaged people in the district. Each dead gift is worth 550,000 VND. The total budget for dead gifts is nearly 119 million VND. At Đàm Hoa Pagoda, Bình Thuận Province, Venerable Thích Nguyễn Thiếu, abbot of Kim Cang Monastery and the sponsors of Ho Chi Minh City, presented 600 dead gifts on the morning of January 20, 2022 to support poor people, the elderly, and marginal people in society. The total cost of this giveaway is over 200 million VND. At Pháp Minh Pagoda, Long An Province, in the morning of January 21, 2022, Most Venerable Thích Minh Thiện, head of Provincial Buddhist Administrative Board, together with Reverend dignitaries in the sharing group of Miss Mai Thị Hạnh, wife of former President Trương Tấn Sang, organized to give 300 dead gifts to local people. Each dead gift is worth more than 1 million VND, of which 850,000 in cash and necessities. The total cost of dead gift is 360 million VND.
Venerable monks and nuns, Buddhist ladies and gentlemen, the last news has started off this weekly Buddhist Newsreel. Thank you for your attention and following. Goodbye and see you in the next program on PCIE TV channel. Namo Sakyamuni Buddha.